Hi everybody, so it's been a while, but I'm back and here is an easy mochi recipe. And if you guys are interested in seeing how to do this, then stay tuned and I'll show you how. So the first thing is the ingredients list. You're going to need glutinous rice flour, some sugar, a little bit of salt, some room temperature water, food coloring is optional. That's if you want colored mochi, or if you want to keep it white, that's fine. You're also going to need red bean paste or whatever kind of filling you want to fill it with, and cornstarch to handle the mochi. So here are the ingredients that I'll be using. Glutinous rice flour is pretty easy to find these days, but from any of your Asian grocers you can get that. Everything else is pretty much from just the regular grocery store, and the red bean paste is again from your local Asian market. So the first thing that you're going to do is take your red bean paste. I've refrigerated mine just so it's not runny and liquidy, it's more of a solid form. I'm just going to take a spoon and I'm pretty much going to try to measure out the same amount for each ball, and I'm just going to roll it in the palms of my hand into 8 small tiny balls, which are going to go inside my mochi. Depending on the size of your mochi is going to determine the size of the balls that you're going to need to roll, but these are the size of mine, so I'm just going to roll out 8 pieces. And then in my bowl I just have my flour and my sugar and my salt. And I'm just going to go ahead and measure out my room temperature water, and I'm just going to pour all of the water directly into my bowl. And then with a fork, I'm just going to mix everything up and make sure that there's no lumps. You never want lumps of flour in any type of anything that you're doing. So just go ahead and use your fork and mash it around, make sure there's no lumps, and mix it well. Okay, now once you're done mixing, you're just going to put this in the microwave. You're going to microwave this for anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes depending on the microwave that you have. I have mine, I don't exactly know the wattage, so I'm sorry. It's on high power level 10, and I just microwaved mine for 3 minutes, and this is what it looks like after 3 minutes. This is the point where I'm going to take my food coloring, and the food coloring I'm using is a gel, so you only need the smallest amount of this stuff. The batch I did before this, I actually squirted a lot more, and it just turned into a bright obnoxious neon pink, which almost was not edible just by looking at it. So I'm just taking one small little drop. As you can see, I'm placing it on my fork, and then I'm just going to place this right in the center, which is usually where the liquid accumulates, and I'm just going to stir this all up until it is one even consistency. And it starts to look like a really pale pink like this. You're going to stick this back in your microwave again for the same amount of time, anywhere between 2 to 3 minutes. So I placed mine in the microwave for 3 minutes. And while that was in the microwave, I just poured out some of my cornstarch onto a surface, and I actually lined my surface with parchment paper. It's, easier to clean up. So I'm just spreading out all of the cornstarch, so that way when I grab my bowl from the microwave, I'll be all prepared. And this is what your mochi should look like after 2 passes through the microwave. It should be a little bit, you should be able to see through it a little bit, not too much, but it just has a really sticky consistency. And now be careful, this is extremely hot. So sticky and hot, not good, because it'll stick to you and you won't be able to get it off easily and you'll burn. So grab a spoon and try to make this as even as possible between all your mochis. You're just going to plop just a little bit right on the surface, and because it's hot, I don't have the skills to be doing this in my palms of my hand the whole time, so I'm just trying to roll it into a semi ball, and I'm using the cornstarch to kind of, I don't know, barrier between my skin and the heat, and it works fairly well. But now I just have it down on my surface, and with my fingers I'm just spreading it out so it's kind of like in a disc shape. I'm going to grab my little ball of red bean and place it right in the center and mash it down just a little bit. And I'm just going to grab the edges of that disc and bring them all into the center and bunch them all up, and then pinch to make sure that, you know, it's all sealed. And basically that's all you need to do. In the end, I just end up grabbing the entire ball in the palms of my hand and try to form it into a more round, cuter shape, I guess you could say. But just pat it back and forth, roll it however you want. You can shape this into like a round flat disc, or you can do this in like a square. It's just really up to you. And definitely pat off any excess cornstarch that you don't need. And this is what you end up with, a small cute little mochi. And you just are going to set this aside while you do the remaining pieces. So I'm just going to fast forward through this part, but again, fairly simple. You don't need to refrigerate mochi. You actually should not refrigerate mochi at any time, because that's when it will harden. The way you store this is just store it in an airtight container and place it in a cool area of your kitchen. So like in a cupboard would be fine, and it should keep for anywhere between, 5 days to 7 days. But I'm pretty sure with 8 pieces, it'll be gone probably by the end of today, like mine did. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching and subscribing if you have. I hope you guys found this video helpful and that you guys try it out. Let me know how your mochi turns out. Have a wonderful day. Bye.